But I always talk about using your imagination, because as we do this, we're really doing Qigong, what's called Qigong, and it's what we refer to as soft or internal arts and internal practice. But everything starts with your mind, with the intent. So to me, that's your imagination. Right? So as you pick your hands up and you breathe in and you sink the air down to your lower belly, you imagine you're gathering up these beautiful, clean clouds of energy, white or violet, and you're gently flowing them down through the top of your head, allowing them to flow through your body, through your feet, into the earth as it displaces the earth chi. As you pull the chi up, imagine you're drawing it through your body. The more you can relax your muscles, the more you can relax your joints, the more you can relax your mind. Slowly you start to feel that energy flowing through your body. It might feel like water, it might feel like electricity. But yeah, this person said, oh, it's not imagination, don't use your imagination. My class, use your imagination. It's the same thing. And especially because I'm an elementary teacher, right? And I'm a Gung now, and I play with my granddaughter every night. It's all about imagination and intent. Yeah? So as you bring your hands up, keep your shoulder blades down while extending the fingertips. Look right over your palm and imagine you're gently staring and looking at that mountain. Breathing in and out. Imagine all your joints loose and open and expanded. Imagine the chi, the blood, the electricity can flow through your body. We're trying to open up all the channels, all the veins, all the nerves. We want to affect every cell of your body. Breathing in and out, scooping down. Deep breath. Squeeze the chi through every muscle and slowly let it go. Focus on your bones. Imagine you're squeezing everything through your bones. Ligaments and tendons, wrapping, twisting. Deep breath, deep exhale. Let everything go. Learn to relax all the tension, release all the tension, relax all the muscles, all the joints, and back into the earth. So on paper, it's very easy. We're trying to expand, but relax. Right? So we're trying to stretch the body. So if we stood up and we did a full stretch, that means we're trying to stretch from the tip of our fingers to the bottom of our feet to the tips of our toes. But you have to let go of all the tension at the same time. And that takes a lifetime to figure out, because once you start to understand it and you develop it, you still keep on developing it, and you just have to keep on being very conscious of it. So you'll get more relaxed in your natural state. You won't be as tense. But when you focus on your training, you'll find that you can still expand a little bit more. You'll hold that expansion, you'll hold that stretch. And it's a very conscious thought and a very conscious effort, and that's the meditation. So every time you're consciously doing something, the rule is you have a distraction, acknowledge the distraction, and then let it go. And that's meditation. And this is meditation, closing, standing, sitting, trying to do one thing, that's meditation. But meditation is really trying to do one thing. Okay, so today the one thing is this class, and we're all focused on this class. As you watch me just as a guide, and every so often close your eyes and think about the movement yourself. And you watch me, your intent is on me. As you start to develop and refine and you really want to get the most benefit, close your eyes, practice by yourself, and make yourself the center. Make your heart the center. Yeah. You can think, oh, what did Randy do? And you can review, but then just make yourself your own world. And the more you can make yourself your own world, and meditate just on yourself and understand that, that's the meditation. Yeah, that's why it's called moving meditation. So as you sit straight, lift your sternum, let everything relax. Loosen the hips, loosen the joints, and start to expand. As you expand, let everything go. Try to make everything as light as you can. So I'm going to do the class today standing. You have a choice. You can either remain seated or you can stand with me. But it's really the same moves from there. Okay? And we've just been progressively working towards this point. And I might, later towards the end of class, if you have any questions about the seated or standing, we can address that there. Okay. So starting with the warm-ups. We start with our neck, then we go to our shoulders, spine, our pelvic joints, our knees, and then our ankles. So take a deep breath in, just relax. Don't hold your hands up, just relax. Let it all out. As you let the air out, relax all your joints and feel your body sinking into the earth. Relax the bottom of your feet. Okay. So number one, as you breathe in, slowly lift your palms. The same thing in the chair, like washing your face. The only difference with standing is I'm going to sink a little. And as I exhale, I'm going to rise. And down. And I'm going to relax. And I'm going to begin again. So as I breathe in, I'm going to allow myself to lift. My heels actually come up a little. And then sink. And exhale, I'm going to rise in this movement. And down. Let everything go. And again. So with the standing, you don't have to do it, but I'm going to emphasize, you don't have to make it as large as I'm doing it. But if you look at my side view, you can see me rising and falling. So I'm just involving my legs a little bit more. Expanding my fingertips. Releasing my hip and my knees. And down. Just my head. Just my neck. And when I lift my heel up, I'm slowly warming up all the other joints, and I'm also warming up my Achilles tendon, and I'm exercising my calf muscle a little bit. And when I drop, I can feel the weight of my body sinking into the earth. Okay, then we move on to number two, let everything go. Then one hand up and one hand down. Relax all the joints. Looking over the fingertips, breathing in. And out. The same thing like the seated. Breathing in. And out. Turning just the head, relaxing the neck, letting the hand fall. And finishing the breath, relaxing, letting go, coming back to center, and then turning. Remember to let the palm wash through the forearm, from the elbow washing up and then washing down. Release any tension in your shoulders. And each time you turn, try and turn a little bit more. And remember to go at your own speed, your own pace. Come back to center, right in front of the throat. Imagine your voice, your throat open, relaxed. You can express yourself verbally, non-verbally. Express yourself through crafts, through your emotions, through your artwork, but no restrictions in your throat. As you come back down, check your body, make sure everything is relaxed and expanded. Make sure your sternum is up. And then move to our shoulder joints. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Imagine you can make them touch. And then up, and then forward. Part of my arm is always touching the side of my body. Squeezing. And breathe. Open the throat. Pull the shoulder blades forward and all the way down. Fold the elbow. Come forward, turn the palms out, and take your time. And remember to focus only on the lower inside corner of each shoulder blade. The rest of the body is just following that movement. And open the throat so you can sink the air down to your lower belly. All the way down. Relax a little bit and do one side. Relax the neck, relax the hip. Get a nice big range of motion and really pay attention to what's going on under the shoulder blade. Make sure the other arm is relaxed. The neck is relaxed and the body can turn. Take your time. You can really get a nice large stretch, so you want to make sure you're relaxed. Come forward. Just think of inside the shoulder blade, the lower inside corner. Make sure the other arm is relaxed. Yeah, shake it out if you need to shake it out to remind yourself to relax the other arm. So it's all Qigong, yeah? Relax and then do the other side. So Qigong is cultivating the breath, cultivating the Qi. We cultivate it in the lower Tanten, at about 3 fingers or 3 inches below the belly button in the center of the body. And the process of Qigong is always starting with the intent. So starting with the mind. So just thinking about what you want to happen. Oh, front to back, sorry. So sometimes just close your eyes and don't do any physical movement. Just think of the move. Just imagine yourself doing the move and relax as much as you can, and slowly you might start to feel your body wanting to move. When you feel your body wanting to move, you allow your body to follow that movement. Yeah, relax and do 2 sides. Make sure you finish the move, right? Don't rush to catch up with me. Just take your time. And then forward, so turn the palms out and pull the shoulder blades forward, relaxing and squeezing, and all the way down. Slowly let go. And I don't know if you can see myself kind of sinking at the end, right? Letting all the joints go. And then loose, just letting the arms flop. Relax the joints, relax the shoulders. Okay? And then slow it down. Okay? And then we put the Qigong back together. So think of picking up your hands while you're breathing in and then exhaling. Let all the tension in your shoulders go. Your elbows, your hip, your neck, your face. So in some ways, this movement standing to me is the total movement. Right? So if you watch, I'm going to rise. I'm going to pick up my heels and I'm going to drop. I'm trying to coordinate my hands and my feet. Coordinate my breathing in and exhale. I'm trying to keep my spine open, my sternum up, the top of my head suspended, and the bottom of my feet sinking into the earth. And all the joints relax and expanded. And then I want them to be loose, so I'm going to start turning my waist and allowing all my joints to move and wiggle a little bit. Right? They can, and I'm going to keep my hands right in the center. Even though my waist is turning, I'm going to look to the center. And my arms are still circling in the same plane, right in the center. So breathing in, relaxing the lower belly. And exhale and in and out and stand and relax. Let everything go. Just feel the weight, feel the blood dropping, flowing to your fingertips. And let it go. Okay? So hold the ball, doesn't matter left or right. And you're just kind of splitting the ball, separating, turning the upper palm and drop your shoulders. And stretch your shoulder blades. So for the first two, we're just trying to find your shoulder blades and breathe. So learning how to have this nice stretch but relaxed upper body, still expanding the stomach. And when we stretch like this, you can feel that tension and we start to pull the body up. Still have to relax and sink while allowing that stretch. And focus on stretching the shoulder blades. So the elbows are still bent. The shoulders are down. It's the shoulder blades stretching away. And if I'm standing, I can feel one side might be pulling a little bit more, and I can gently feel it going right through my back, down my hip, down to the other leg. Take a deep breath and expand. And when you're ready, relax and exhale. And same thing, you can see how I add that pumping motion to the whole body. So rising, relaxing the neck, allowing every joint, not just the spine, but allowing every joint. The main focus is the spine, but really involves the whole body. Let the lower belly expand, open the throat. Feel the spine, feel the vertebrae stretching and opening and relaxing. And finally take a deep breath again and expand even more. And exhale. So sink a little and breathe in, continuous. Feel the body stretching all the way down without locking. Take your time. Feel the palm washing through the forearm. Try to feel the shoulder blades connecting. Find your balance. And be careful you're not stretching so high off your heels that it's throwing off your balance. Relax the hip and the waist and the neck. Now turn the top hand towards the back and wash the outside. So let the waist turn, then lift, let the hand fall, the upper hand turns, and turn the waist, relax the neck. And even on this, I'm going to expand a little. And as I coil back in, I'm going to turn the waist and sink. When my bottom hand washes up, I'm going to turn my waist and rise. And turn, and just take your time and relax all the joints. I'm going to expand my shoulder blades. And as I coil back, I'm going to sink. And as I coil up, I'm going to start rising and turning and lifting and fall and then turn. I love this movement because there's so much coiling and uncoiling. And you can make it as large or small as you want, as it's comfortable. But as I turn, learn to relax. It can be very simple or you can make it look very fancy. But learn to turn the waist, whether you're sitting or standing. As you turn, you need to relax every joint of your body. As I turn and I get that stretch, I have to relax. And I'm going to do one more, and then we'll come back to center at the heart. And as we come back to the heart, remember to think of that little sun in your chest all the time. Let everything go. Relax, breathe in and out. And with the standing, notice how I can even add that rise and fall of my total body to the open and close. And I can even add the turn of my waist to the open and close. When you finish, just let your hands fall forward. And then the whole arm falls. And then bring everything back to center. Yeah, I'm going to reset my feet. So in the seated, right, this is where we came up and down and we step forward, right, and then because we're seated, the back leg would step up and back in place, and then the front leg came back in, and then we exchanged. So we're walking in place. So really quickly, right, with the seated, it was stepping forward and the back leg up and down, and then back, and then up and down, and then continuous in trying to get that. Okay, so with the standing form, the movement is about loosening up the hip and the pelvic joint. So the leg is just going to step back and step forward and step back, and all it is the hands are going to come up and down and really relax the pelvic joint so it swings. So it's the standing probably allows me to loosen up the hip more. The seated, actually I feel it allows me to develop these muscles more because I can really sink my leg into the ground. So they're both good. I like both of them. I probably like the seated better. And that's all it looks like. So just lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Okay? And if you can, I like to turn 45 degrees. So I'll turn and then I'll turn. Okay? But that adds a little bit of element, a little bit more balance, challenge, a little bit more movement. So the rule always in the warm-ups is you can go from straight to 45. Okay? So you can go from 0 to 45 from here. And anything within the 45 degrees is good and it's safe. Avoid going past 45. Okay? So again, just because I'm turning 45 here and then I'm turning 45 here doesn't mean you have to. When it's initially taught, it's pretty much just straightforward. But try and pull your toe back, feel the stretch in your calf muscle, and when you step back, learn to sink so the whole heel touches the ground, and stretch a little. Take advantage of that to straighten out the knee a little, and not to lock the knee, but so you can just feel that stretch, that gentle stretch, and take your time. Okay. All right. So I'll start off by facing you. So it's stepping back and breathing in, relaxing, pick up and out. So I'll start off a little straighter, breathing in and out, and we just want to really loosen up the hip. Breathe in and out, and then I'm going to turn. So these are all optional, right? I'm going to turn a little and turn. So if you're standing, you can feel how that's going to add a little bit challenge. Right? It's going to develop the muscle a little bit more. It's going to force you to really pay attention to your balance a little bit more. And it turns and loosens your waist. Okay. And then I'll do the other side. So I'll start off straight, coming up. Back and forward, and let go and breathe in and forward. Finish the breath, finish the movement. Breathing in and out, and then I'm going to turn a little and turn. So all my weight is on my standing leg the entire time. And so this adds a little bit more challenge from there. So you could see in the chair, you could still do it like this, right? But in the chair, I add that extra step, and that's why I like to seat it, because it really does add a little bit more. It's safe, but you can actually develop these muscles and really feel that sinking into the earth. Okay. And then from there we so the side, right? We turn to the side. So you're just going to hold your hand comfortably like you're holding the ball, and turn your waist. And as you slide your hands forward, the back leg, right? So I'm going to turn. Imagine there's a wall here, and I'm going to slide this leg a little bit, right, from there. So if you're seated, you can just drop the knee, you can take a step. But if you're standing, you want to turn and slide the leg a little bit. Remember, imagine there's a wall right over here. And same thing, let the heel touch down, sink, and feel that nice stretch in the back of the knee, in the ankles, and sink and finish the breath, and then come back, and then turn the opposite way. So you want to breathe in as we're expanding, and exhale as we come back. When I come back, drop your arms, let everything go. Feel like you're sliding your hand against a wall, or you're holding a ball and you're rolling that ball away and letting it go. And then you bring it back. I'm trying to keep my weight all on my standing leg this whole time. As I rise, my weight is all here, and then I'm going to shift. My weight is all here now, it's still over here, and then I'm going to shift one more time. Breathing in, relax the shoulders, and out, and in, and out, okay, and down. And then as we move to our knees, the knees basically just going to be stepping forward and stepping back, and switching, stepping forward and back with the hands on the side, and just adding the hand. And we want to go opposite. Don't worry if you're going the same side. It's not a big thing because it's about the knee. Just a small step is fine, and just want to gently flex the knee. That's the first one. And then the second one will be off the ground. Okay, and these are all the knees. So if you go the same side, that's fine. I like to go opposite hand and opposite leg. That's the preferred. Okay, it's called opposition, right? When we walk, the opposite side goes off. And also, it's going to stimulate your mind a little bit more, right? Because we're moving bottom and we're moving top, but we're moving left and we're moving right. So that's what we call whole brain theory, whole brain training, where you stimulate your mind, right? That's the patting your stomach or patting your head and rubbing the stomach, right? Top and bottom, opposite, and a different movement. Your brain really has to stimulate to do non-synchronous movements, right? Opposite movements. Okay, so hands resting on the hip, and I'll turn side so you can kind of see the angle. And doesn't matter left or right. Step forward with the opposite hand and sink. Let the back leg stretch, and then sink. I'm going to fold here. I'm going to pick that leg straight up, work on my balance, and then step back. And I'm going to shift, step forward, and then shift. I'm going to straighten the back of my leg so I can stretch the back of my ankle, stretch the back of my heel, then pick up, then come back and down. Okay, so breathing in and out. Breathing in and out, and breathing in and out. I'll turn a little bit. Okay. Breathing in and out. Come back, breathing in and turning and switching. Just relax, finish the breath. Don't overextend the shoulder. Straight up, then back, and then down. Straight up, and then out. Okay? And do whatever, if you're standing, do whatever step is comfortable for you. Okay? And then the next one is just not touching the ground. Right? So let me turn a little bit. Right? So picking up and then stretching. So really working on our balance, but still almost the same, except there's no stepping forward. You try to keep your feet off the ground. See? Still try and lift as high as you can and then come down. Okay? Still opposite hand, opposite leg. Push the heel out, stretch the back of the knee. Breathing in and out. And lift. The trick is to keep the knee as high as you can without affecting the upper body. Don't strain the upper body. And take your time. So if you're standing, right, that's really forcing balance on one leg. But if you're seated, you're still developing those muscles. And you can focus on developing that muscles. You're not worried about shaking and falling. So doing both is good. And last time. And up and down and relax. Okay, and then moving to our ankles. So the ankles, again, is just heel and toe. And let me go from the side. And it's the same thing. I want to sink a little. I want to turn my waist, right? So I'm going to turn my waist a little. Actually, I want to turn outside, right? I want to step 45 degrees outside. And again, anything from straight to 45 degrees is fine. The more you turn 45 degrees, you're going to get a little bit more stretch on the bottom of your foot. And it's practicing turning and loosening up all the joints. Okay? So I'd like you to experiment on your own, right? For hands here, hands at your side, and hands here. Especially standing, they all feel a little different. Right? As I constantly say, I like this position, right? Everything down, because I just love to emphasize heart chakra. Right? And thinking of that little sun in the chest, like you're holding the sun in your hands, thinking of that. But really, any of these are okay, okay? Because the main thing is we're warming up the ankle. Okay? And they all feel different. They're all going to be a little different challenge to your balance. Okay? So this is probably the simplest if you're standing, because it really tightens up your center of balance. Okay? But choose whichever one is okay for you. Okay, so like I said, I love heart chakra. Heart is number one. So I'm going to sink, I'm going to stretch up and down. Okay, and I'm going to start going a little bit more 45, up and down, and relax the body, head suspended. Yeah. Barely touching the ground. So as you do this, you have to really remind yourself to let this go. So this really involves your whole body, right? And the standing foot, relax the bottom of the feet, let it sink into the earth. Okay, and then I'm going to stand and switch to the other side. So I'm going to start by turning my body 45 degrees. Don't have to bend real low here, just do what's comfortable. Sink the breath down, right? Open the top of your head, open the throat, and relax. Then come back to center. And this time I'm going to turn so my small toe lift, and then my big toe. Small and big. I want to keep my sternum up. Right? I have to make that small little correction. I want to relax, everything relax and sunken. This is still suspended. So it's funny, they talk about in the Tai Chi for Health program, we don't do, they don't promote within the program just standing still forms. The only thing that makes this not a standing still form is we're moving that leg. But the rest, the other 75% or 80% of the body is still. So it's hidden in there. Yeah? And just relax, let everything go. And this pounding, when you stand, don't reach down for your legs, but pick your knees up. Just drop your hand, just loosely drop your fist on top of your legs and pick your knees up to you. Yeah? Yeah. So body is upright. And then do the outside. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting, you know, I do mostly seated. So when I do standing, oh, the stretching is, I haven't done that type of stretch. When I did the standing today, all this muscle over here, this psoas muscle, the lower abdominal muscle, wow, I could really feel it stretching out. Okay, so this, if your hip bone, right, if you find your hip bone over here and you slide your finger in, so your finger slides onto the meat, and you press in, you might have to relax. If this muscle is tight and sore, you can press all the way in. If it's sore, that's what's called your psoas muscle. Psoas muscle is the size of your forearm. It connects just inside where the on the inside here, where the leg and the pelvic joint meet, right in that ball and socket. So right about there, it's connected, and it runs in front of your hip plate, right? Your whole hip plate, the iliac, and then it connects one on each side. It connects to the lower lumbar. So the vertebrae are here, right? The vertebrae have these little wings that stick out, and that psoas muscle connects here. So you can get closer so you can see that, right? So if this is your vertebrae, right? This is the the center of your vertebrae, right? The round part. And this is the bone that sticks out. The psoas muscle is connecting here. So what the psoas muscle does is it's responsible for a lot of our back pain. So if you press here, you can feel it like, oh, it's terrible. And if you try to hyperextend back, then you're stretching this muscle and you feel it tight. But if it's really bad, when you try and straighten out and you try and stretch this muscle, because it's connected to your lumbar, right, as you straighten out, it's pulling like this. It's already tight and it's pulling together. But when you stretch back, it might pull a little bit more and it's going to smash any nerve in between. And that's where you get that really centered pain right here, right? And you try and pick up something heavy. So you pick up something heavy, it starts compressing your lumbar and the nerves, and you just go, oh, right? And you can't do it. And it's so much pain if you try and carry that weight away from your body, right? You don't have the strength. It's all caused by this muscle over here, from here. So all these hyperextension moves, all those cat stretches, anything pushing the hip forward will help to stretch this muscle out. You know? So that's where the standing, right? When we stand, then we can fully stretch this muscle out. And really quickly, I'll show you, because I'm going through this all the time. So a nice stretch for the psoas muscle is when I step forward, I'm gonna just keep nice and upright, but the hip, I have to push the hip forward. And that's stretching this side. And I'll feel that stretch go all the way down. Not just my psoas muscle, but my thigh muscles are gonna stretch too. So that's actually a nice stretch from there. Okay? But that's the standing warm-up. So we'll, it went back. All right, so we'll do the standing form. I'll take you through at least the first 6 movements. You can do it seated, as we've done before, or you can do it standing. See, so. And hopefully the sound and everything works on my phone, so you can come back and look at the video later. Okay, so when I stand, I'm going to start with my feet together. And when I do the warm-up, when I do that gathering move, I'm going to come up and breathing in, and I'm going to stretch up on my heels and then down. I'm trying to keep my body nice and straight, unlocking all my joints, pouring the chi into the earth. Okay. Then I'm going to shift to one side. I'm standing on my right, and I tend to open my left side, and then I open. Okay. So in a lot of the forms, the Qigong, the Tai Chi forms, we go here. Now in the Sun style though, the heels are close or almost touching and the feet are 45 degrees. And that's going to force me to bend a little bit. Right? So from the side, when I open my feet up to 45, I have to unlock the joints, and it's going to force me to bend a little bit from here. Okay? And the hands are going to pick up and come in, and they're going to roll away just like we do in the seated, and they're still going to come out and back, and we finish with that open and close. Okay, so the only difference is now we're walking. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to step up with my left. Right? I'm just taking a small step up, and then the right foot steps up. Okay, so from the back, all I'm doing is shifting my weight to my right, taking a small step up with my left. I'm going to shift, and I'm going to allow my body to turn, and then stepping up with my right foot, and then recentering. And now my feet are out at a slight angle from there. So everything I've learned about is just about everybody who teaches Qigong, with a few exceptions, is when you turn the feet out, it really helps you have to bend. That creates that bend in your body. And for the chi to flow properly through your body, the joints have to have the bend. They have to be loose and open from there. Okay? So again, just you start off by just holding the ball and just looking at the feet. So I step with my left, I shift my weight all the way up to my left, pick up my right, and just bring it to the side and center. And that's all we're doing. We're just taking a step up the left and stepping up one position. Now the hands, so from the side, as I sink, I'm going to pick up my hands. I'm going to shift to my right. Okay. I'm going to step. And as I step forward, now I'm rolling my hands down. We come to the bottom. And as I step up with my right foot, I'm going to roll my hands back up. And as I center, I'm going to finish that circle and then come back. Right when I come back, that's when my whole body is centered in and out. Okay, so I'm gonna do that one more time. I'll do it from the side, and then I'll turn around so you can see my back. So I'm going to pick up my hands as I drop down, shift all my weight to my right. My left leg is free. Step up left, shift all my weight to my left while I roll my hands out and all the way down. And as I step up with my right, my hands come into me. As I shift back to center, my hands are rolling and come back and end with an open and close. Okay, so I'll turn my back to you so you get the orientation. And again, don't worry if I'm doing my left and you're doing your right, don't worry about it. We do two sides. Okay, so I pick up my hands as I shift to my right. My left leg is up. A small step to my left. I shift to my left while I roll my hands down. As my right leg comes in, my hands fold into my body. As I shift back to center, my hands continue that roll and then an open and close. Okay, so the first three moves, so I'll face you, you go same side as me, so I want you to start on your left. So I'm going to shift to your right if you're standing. Rolling the hands down, right? Go same side as me. The right leg picks up. And then keep on rolling the ball. Take your time and come back to center. Breathing in and out. Okay. So one more time, just starting right from here. Yeah, shifting to your right. Stepping out to your left. Roll the ball. Bring your hands into you. Step and continue that. And one open and close. Okay, and then just close right from there. And I'll do it one time with the back. Again, go same direction as me. So my heels are together or almost touching. Sink to my right, picking up my hands. This is commencement. Bring it to my heart. Step out with your left, rolling. Step up with your right. Keep on rolling your hands. And in and out and open and close. Okay, and down. So you can see the seated is the same thing, we just don't have the stepping. Okay, then moves 4, 5, and 6, I'll go through really quickly just so we have it, so you have it on video. So in the seated, right, we turn and we have single whip, and then we keep on turning, and it moves to Wan Sau, That's number 5. Right? And in general, you do 3 times, and they tell you to end on the right side, bring the hands back in, turn a little bit to the left, and then center. Okay? And we end with an open and close, and that's movements 4, 5, and 6. So with the standing, all we're doing is we're walking. So I'll face my back because we add more movement, right? The directions get mixed up. So we start off first. That opening move, we press and we turn. So you're stepping up with your right foot and turn. Okay? So same direction. Okay? You're gonna step up and then turn your waist. Okay, so right here, your right foot is stepped up a little. You turn, your body is square. Okay, and then you're going to bring this leg back. So you shift back and just tap the toe. Tap the toe and do that first exchange of hands. And then same direction now, same direction as me. Your right foot steps out. Turn your waist a little, and that'll allow you to bring your left foot in. The hands exchange, you turn your waist. So this is Wan Sau. You free your right leg and take another small step. And then you shift your hands and turn. The left leg comes in. Hands change and do one more time, 3 times. So in general, you do 3 or 5 odd number. If you can remember that. If you're like me, I don't care. Okay? And after the last one, same thing. You turn a little and you come back to center. And you do an open and close. Okay? So same as the seated, except now we're walking. So right, we start off simple, right? We take a step up, just some basic movements, and then the second set we start walking sideways. Okay, so I'll do it my back to you, and we'll start with here, and we'll do single whip and Wan Sau, and we'll close. Okay, so yeah. So you sit on your left, take a step up with your right, press the ball away, and then turn your waist and start opening. Okay? And then you're going to bring the right foot in. So drop your right hand and shift back to your left. Tap your right foot in. Right hand up, left hand down, and step to your right. Shift and turn. The left foot follows. Left hand up, right hand down. Turn your waist. We're going to pick up the right foot and step out to the right. The right hand exchanges up and we shift and turn your waist. The left foot follows. Hands exchange. And the third time, stepping up with the right. Stepping out with the right, I'm sorry. Okay, so 3 times is enough. Hands exchange and turn a little bit to the left as the hands come back to center. Right into that open and close. Okay, and then we're just going to repeat on the left side. So I'm going to turn to my left, take a small step out with my left, press the ball away, and then open. My right hand moves away. I'm going to sit back on my right. My left foot is going to tap in. My hands are going to start to exchange. Left hand up, right hand down. We're going to walk 3 times to the left. Right foot in, hands exchange, turn. Just take your time. If you're sitting in the chair, it's the same motions. You can even step in place with your feet if you want in the chair. So this is Wan Sau. Cloud hands. Okay, turn a little bit to the right, and as you come back, bring the hands back in front of you, holding the ball and doing open and close. And then drop the palms and breathing in and standing, right? And letting the hands fall. Okay. So I'll do, okay. So I'll do it one last time. Gonna just kind of sneak in a little time because we started late. I'll face you. You mirror me. So your right, right? From there. Okay, so feet together. We just start right from here. Okay, just sinking, bend the knees. So pick up the ball. Okay. Shift your weight to your right. Step up with your left. In. Okay, so all we did is we took one step up and one open and close. Okay, the first three movements, commencement. Okay, and then we're going to turn to your right. So you shift on your left, bring your right toe in, step out. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Step in, bring your right toe in, and then a small step out and press, and then open. Okay, and then we're going to shift. We're going to walk 3 times to the right. So your right foot has to come in, and then step 3 times to the side. And just breathe naturally. And the hands just feel like they're making circles. If you're standing, you want to loosen all your joints. And then we're going to come back to center, turn a little bit to your left while you circle back and right into an open and close. And then we're going to repeat on the left side. So you turn and step out with your left, press the ball 45 degrees and then open. And then bring the left foot back in. You notice how the hand and the leg work together. And turn my waist. As I release my leg, I'm also very conscious of my shoulder joints relaxing and releasing. Second time, and one more step. I'm going to come back to center, right? Bring my foot in, turn a little bit to the right and spiral back to the heart. Sinking the air down, opening my throat. Okay, drop, gently press and rise back to a comfortable standing position. Slowly lower, slowly releasing all the tension. And take this time to make sure my body is as perfectly balanced, relaxed, and open as possible. And take a deep breath, bring everything back to center, and let everything go. Okay, loosen up, and we'll end with the bell meditation, and we'll finish up class for today. Wow, can you imagine if when you're going to school and whether it was just regular class or, you know, like math class or English class or was music class or something physical, if everything was taped like this and online for you to go back and review it later, wow, what a different world, right? You could go back to it at any time. Of course, problem is when we're teenagers, we're not that nice, right? We go back and review for the wrong reasons. But really, if we had recordings and we could review over and over, and you know, sometimes it takes a while and wait a minute, oh, and now I see what they did. Oh, yeah. And can you imagine? I'm recording on my phone. Yeah, I would love to get a little video camera later on, but I'm getting so lazy because it's an acceptable quality for what we do. Okay, on this chair, extend your legs, relax your feet, sit nice and straight, relax all your joints and expand. Take a deep breath. Let everything go. Hands on your lap, palms up or palms down. Open your throat. Relax your lower belly. Open the top of your head so the chi and the air flow through your body. Relax your facial muscles. Smile to yourself. Let your body move and circle. Any distractions, acknowledge them and bring yourself back to your breathing. Slowly open your eyes, rub your hands together, relax, move your body around. Yeah, if you're standing, you can shake all this out. If you're seated, do the same thing. Yeah. Extend, warm up your eyes, and gently brush your scalp with your fingertips, front to back, center to outside. Stimulate your scalp. Tap. Tap the back. Move your head around. Just use your fingertips. You know, it's a funny thing with the legs, no matter what I do. My mom sits a lot of time, I notice when I visit her, in the transport wheelchair now. And I had to buy new foot pedals because the footrest was getting loose. After all these years, I realized on the new ones I could adjust. I could adjust where the foot pedals were, and I realized, I could have adjusted the foot pedals on the old one a little different way. But my mom always puts her feet off, and I finally realized that the foot pedals were too high, so she's sitting like this, so she's always dropping her legs down. So I dropped the foot pedals down, so the angle is a little bit more like this now. And during my visit, she kept her feet on the foot pedals the whole time, and it realized, like, wow, even though I do all of this and I tell you drop your legs down, I only do it in practice. But I'm not watching my mom and realizing her foot has to rest like this. This is not comfortable. This is opposite from what I'm trying to teach, right? The leg needs to be a little bit more relaxed, and this needs to be open, right? This is not comfortable to be like this all day, where the knee is higher than the hip. And even to be parallel, it's not that comfortable. So the leg, allowing her leg to drop down, right, allowed her leg to relax more. And she's trying to stretch. She's taking her foot off the pedal because she's trying to stretch. Like, Sometimes can't see it all, yeah. So remember that, extend the legs and try to, when you're sitting, practice that where the knee is lower than the hip, the leg is extended, and the foot is gently sinking and pressing into the earth, and then let everything go. So you want that foot fully contacted. You want to open the joints and sit nice and straight. Just remember, tilt the sternum up, chin is down, and pull the head back. Part of the stretching is pull the head back to try and get that neck to realign itself. Okay? And I'm realizing, even me, I spend so much time on my phone now. I'm doing this, and it's, I have to start bringing the phone up here. I can feel how tight this is getting. And I pull my head back, I can feel the cracking going on in there as I'm trying to readjust. So take some time, pull that head back, and allow these muscles to stretch, allow the spine, right, to get back into alignment from there. Okay, tap this out. So hopefully I get this video out. Hopefully it recorded nicely and you have a record of the whole standing form. And you have that inside joke on the very end of the video when I did it, and you see me pause and standing. Oh, there's a little storm going on in my brain as I'm translating right and left because I don't do it all the time. I really don't do the standing that often. So yeah, there's a little storm going on, like, oh, right leg, left leg, standing, what do I do? Oh, yeah. There's a lot of whole brain going on. Okay, right hand, left hand. Yeah. Go ahead and open up your cameras, your microphones, and